Hello, and welcome to Haunted Cities Volume 3 by Kitty Horrorshow. As usual, link in the description to download and play this collection of games in the description. It's a name your own price, so you can pay whatever you can to support the artist. But there's also the option to support her on Patreon, where if you support at $5, you get a monthly game. She does a scary amount of work and releases a short game every single month, and that can be available for you for $5 or more. You also get every game she releases for $3, but I don't believe that includes her monthly release. And what this collection of games are, I believe, is a small collection of her monthly games bundled together, available as part of her ongoing Haunted Cities collection. This is the third one. We haven't looked at the second or first, but I figured we'd just jump in with the most recent one, take a look at what is going on, since these are all just short, I assume, unrelated stories. So there are content warnings for each of these. She thoughtfully put these in the README, so you can check the description for timestamps for when each of the games will begin and with their related content warnings, just in case there's something that you can't do, makes you uncomfortable for one game, but you feel fine with another one. You can just check the description. I will also be going over it verbally before we begin the game, just so you're not jumping into something unsuspectedly. So this first game we'll be playing is called Basements. Gets awful cold down here sometimes, with a content warning for epilepsy warning, volume warning, motion sickness warning, animal death, self-harm, and house fires. So let's jump into the basement, where it's apparently gets cold from time to time. Well, not from time to time, sometimes. Literally says gets cold down here sometimes. Okay, so we've begun. We're in the basement. We are very low to the ground. I can jump. Ooh, we have a very floaty jump. I always really enjoy floaty jumps, shift to run. So let's run around the basement. Let's see what's up. I've never lived in a home with a basement. I've lived in Texas all my life. We don't really have them here. But this is about what I assumed a basement was like. So this flashing thing here, it kind of looks like a human form whenever it flashes fast enough that all the forms come together. But when you come over here, you can kind of see more rabbits. And I think it's just a bunch of collection of rabbits, and perhaps the human form was just, my brain doing the brain thing of trying to find human forms and faces where they may or may not be. Is this a way I can go? Maybe shouldn't have gone that way. A different basement. Yeah, this one, I was being like, oh yeah, haha, basement about the other one, but this one looks more like what I would expect from a basement. A little hard to read. Thank you, wall. I needed the wall to calm down so we could. No, the wall's having some difficulties here. I mean, the house is probably in a lot of pain because of the fire, and also this thing. Can it get me, or is it just it's just enjoying the flames? Should I touch the fire? I can touch the fire. Should have I? Probably not. But I did. Oh, we're not in a basement. This is just a burning home. I mean, we were warned about house fire, so one could have probably assumed it. I didn't. Oh, oops! I got turned around. Where was the rest of the home? Oh, there's the exit. Me, expert navigator. Is there another thing here? Yeah, I thought I saw something like come on down. I probably should have explored that first area we were in a little bit longer, but I was so interested in that exit that we took. I was just like, oh, I wonder if we'll fall into the void. What will happen? But now I regret gunning straight for that door as quickly as I did. They bite the hand. Oh, I like the description of a knob that's been superheated, biting the hand, glowing and livid. That's a very nice description. I say I try to keep reading, but you find something early on. It's like ooh, that it sounds nice. I enjoy the words. Oh, there's something going on over there. There's human forms that kind of got squid heads going on. So we'll just pretend that they're squid people and not think too much about it. Yeah, I don't think we want to go in that room. Yeah, we don't want to go in there. Somebody's holding court. There's someone specifically being referred to as Ashes. So probably don't want to go. Oh, maybe I should be checking every wall so we could get more of, what's happening here. A very, very flowery description. Not to say that it's bad, but a very flowery, poetic description of this house fire. I'm not even sure. For some reason, I felt the door would be over here. Oh yeah, we're close to the floor. Like we began close to the floor and the other one, so I didn't really think about it too much once we continue to stay close to the floor in here. But I believe that's something you're supposed to do when your house catches on fire, is try to stay close to the floor. So like because the smoke rises, and there seems to be something in the middle of here. Oh, it's probably the hitbox on these. I assumed they were tentacles before, but now they look a bit more like spike-like. We can get a better view of the room that we're definitely not going into. So let's continue to explore. Has the house changed shape, or is just my memory of the layout bad? Because, you know, there's a lot going on at the moment. Kind of hard to commit the memory to the memory where things are in the home. Is this a wall we've already seen? Orange and flickering. I feel like we might have seen this one. Just put it on screen for a little bit so y'all can read it, because I feel like we've been back here. I'm not sure if there's an escape to this. Do we just wait for the house to burn? There doesn't seem to be an exit. Like I've been running around the outskirts of the what I believed were the outskirts of the home. Excuse me, is what I'm trying to say. And I thought we would find an escape, but perhaps there is no immediate escape from this. Maybe we just need to find all the walls that will tell us a bit more about... Well, I was going to say tell us a bit more about what's going on. It's not like we're receiving a story here. I mean, we are in a way. It's, a description of, this house burning down, the way it's... there's a lot of descriptions of the literal physical house, what's happening here. But I didn't have a good follow-up to that. I'm sorry. I'm thinking we just had to see like all the things on the wall, because there doesn't seem to be a way out of here. Maybe if we see enough, we can get into the room that we don't want to go into. The game told us that we don't want to go into there, and I trust the game. Like, yeah, we were over here. I'm not sure if there's an escape, or if this is like we're trapped here in this burning home forever. Now I really wish that we had explored more of that basement. Who knows what else could have been in there? Is there... Oh yeah, I forgot we could jump. Totally forgot I got so excited about the floaty jump, and then like just totally forgot that we could jump. I mean, to be fair, there's been a lot going on. It's been a very hectic time. Our house is burning down. Sometimes you forget that you can jump. I'm not sure if there is an end state to this. If we wander around, if we find enough of the writing on the wall, if eventually the house just burns down, if there's somewhere I just need to stand for a while. Because if I had to think, like, well, how would video game happen? I would assume that there would either be an escape at some point. We would have, ran over the entire house, activated all the walls, and something would change. Maybe just enough time passes and the house just burns down. The house does seem to be freaking out a bit more. Like there seems to be more tentacles or spikes or whatever they're supposed to be popping down. The house does seem to be getting a little bit more unstable too. I assume at some point like we would be able to get in there and that would be the end. But it's hard to say. There doesn't seem to be much of a goal at the moment. I don't want to, just like close out assuming that we've hit an end state to the game. But I believe I've run across every wall. I suppose I've tried to avoid running into the fire for the most part. So maybe there is event trigger somewhere in the fire that I've missed. So I'm just gonna run around the house a little bit more, see if anything will happen before we decide to back out and maybe get out of the house fire. Okay, so I ran all over the house and I couldn't find anything, so I'm not sure if this is just the end state of the game, if perhaps there's more. So I'm just gonna hit escape. Oh, I hit escape and there's, what does it say? Make it stop? Maybe I was supposed to hit escape a little earlier. Yeah, I'll make it stop. Yeah, I got a pretty good way of making it stop. You know, I could just hit the Windows key and we could back out. That was my plan. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was just good timing or if because I hit escape that's why that appeared. So I'm gonna hit escape again. I'm gonna close the game down. We're gonna call that one there. I will make it stop. The game has politely asked it to make it stop. So it said something about animal death. Yeah, I looked over at the thing. So I'm reopening the game. Maybe maybe there was more to there. I wanted to explore more of that opening area. Look around. Yeah, like we are so low to the ground in the starting area. We are a bit higher once we enter the burning basement. So perhaps there was something there. Maybe because it is called basements with a plural. So perhaps there's another area somewhere over here we could enter with other scary things. Because that burning basement was properly horrific. So this is another entrance we could go through. So let's see if it puts us in a different spot. Okay, yeah, we're in a new kind of basement. Oh my god, that's scrolling like a little too fast. I can barely keep up with reading that. I'm trying like very video game-esque, like to try and jump through the blades of this machine. Probably not what we're supposed to be doing. So are these just little, I'm guessing, horror vignettes of scary things that, like, I mean, we started off in the basement prime. We go to the burning home and are given like a description of the house burning down, our memories burning away, the court of ashes. Now there's a lot about this machine. A lot. There's a lot to say about this machine. It's doing a lot of things. This machine has a very important purpose. And it's frankly a little... Oh, there we go. There we go. Maybe not the escape that we thought we would get. But, sometimes machines, they... Is it getting closer or am I just... I'm not sure, because, the game has a lot of effects going on with the screen distorting and stuff, so... It seems like the blades are closing in a bit. I mean, also, there's the obvious gunk, the goop that we're stuck in. I mean, I could jump. There doesn't seem to be a way out. Like, I can run around in circles, but that doesn't seem to be the answer. Perhaps these are just like end states where we've chosen our basement and we get stuck there. Because I'm not exactly sure what more we could do. I mean, we can jump around. I can run around. Oh yeah, I looked over to the... Yeah, I hit escape. Is this... Oh, I can't read... Oh wait, it says... Yeah, yes, there was a... I did a Windows key before because I was like, oh, I guess that's all we got to do. But no. I literally couldn't read the first one, and I was just like, oh, make it stop. Like, I thought it was like a scary, like the home was like, hey, make the fire stop. Can you do that for me? But no, it was a option we had. So I'm actually going to run back into the house fire, which not typically something that you would want to do and or say, but I'm going to run in. And then I'm not sure how long we need to stay in the house fire. Should I just like make it stop, like immediately, like back out? Just in case there's like an end state of this game. I keep saying the word end state. I said it once and now I'm just going to keep saying it. Let's visit all of the basements we can in a single run. Maybe we'll see somewhere new. It's hard to say. There's a lot happening in this game. A lot happening in this specific basement. There's a lot to unpack. Am I prepared to unpack it? No. Am I going to try and unpack it? Yes. Yes, I am. It seems to be the last one of the big structures. It would make sense, it'd be the third one. It'd be our third scene. The rule of threes. They apply to everything. And I wish I could read this text because I'm sure it says something that I'd find interesting, but I just cannot read it. Oh, where are we? We're in some kind of cage. Is this like a jackalope? I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, because it looks like a rabbit. Maybe it isn't a jackalope and it is just a rabbit. The way the ears are glitching around made me think that it had horns, but it does just seem to be a rabbit of some sort. Is there anything else in any other direction? Nope, it just seems like we're just in this cage. We're just here to listen to what this rabbit has to say. Oh, more. The text is starting to wrap around. It's a bit hard to read with the cage going around, but I assume that's the point. It's not here to be easy to read. If it was here to be easy to, if it wanted to be easy to read, the screen wouldn't be vibrating. It's going for a mood. It's going for an effect. There's something to be learned from this rabbit and what it's saying. Now, I can only assume that the words are going to keep going until they entirely wrap around us, and I'm interested to see what will happen then, because it feels like these games have very definitive, well, not very definitive, I should say, actually, very undefinitive end states where it doesn't seem like much more will happen. Like, I ran around that house fire for a good while, and nothing seemed to be activating. It did seem like the house was getting a little more unstable, but I'm not sure if that's just, is it more up here over here? Oh, there's another rabbit over here. We're gonna be surrounded by rabbits now? Oh yeah, there is more text. I felt like there was more text appearing, but I wasn't exactly sure. Oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to read all of this. We don't really have the best angle for this. I can jump. Our jump doesn't go very high in here. Probably has something to do with the fact that the cage is shifting up and down as well. But we can't crouch. A crouch would be very convenient, and trying to read this. Got another rabbit. So, I was interested in what happened when we were completely surrounded by text. The answer was we'd be surrounded by text, and then it would keep going. Did that one get close? No, I'm probably just imagining that. Because we could be surrounded by text, but then more text could appear. Oh, man. There's so much to read, and I am not a super-duper quick reader. My ability to read has really gone down as I've gotten older. Oh, actually, I've been thinking about these linearly, but I wonder if you read them like up to down, because we've been like spinning around in circles like reading them. That's something that I would need much more time to read and perhaps be able to see it, because it'd be interesting if if we were to read this like top to bottom, if it said something different, some like non-Euclidean writing, I suppose. Did more text appear down here? Do you have more to say? These rabbits, they have so much to say. There's so many rabbits now. That has to be more. So does that mean we're going to continue to be surrounded? How much do these rabbits have to say? Should we back out? I don't think any more text is appearing. This one keeps making me think it's a little bit closer than it actually is. Yeah, I think the text has stopped appearing. Okay, well, I believe that was that one. We're gonna make it stop. I still cannot read that top text. But the first one said make it stop, so yeah, we will in fact make it stop. Let's back out to our basement. Not gonna say where we feel safe, but at least we aren't. Well, I was gonna say we're not surrounded by rabbits, but there are absolutely rabbits over there. And is that I believe that's the last basement structure we could see. I believe that was the one we went to. That was the machine. Our good old house fires over there. Unless there's something off in the dark, I believe we've seen everything. We've seen all three of the basements, even though I guess technically none of them were traditionally a basement. So I believe that's the end. What if I, just jump off? Is there anything down here? What happens? Not that easy. No, it's not that easy. That's not the way out. So I'm not sure if not that easy means, hey, you're stuck here, or if there is in fact an end state, if there's something I was supposed to be doing in each of these homes. Well, not homes. That one a home. The others, the machine could be a home. A cage can unfortunately be a home. Regardless if you'd want it to or not. So, it's still not home. Something is now yelling at me. What's yelling at me? Just the basement? Basement having a yell? Yeah, sometimes you need to get it out of your system. I don't blame the basement. The basement, very scary. But, it's not the basement's fault that it's scary. It was just made this way. It's doing its best. It does seem to be everything in basements, though. So I suppose we'll back out. Maybe there's more here that I have failed to notice. I'm sure that's the case. Leave us so soon? I think we're going to leave you so soon. Well, that was basements. That was a lot. we were warned about the animal death, self-harm, and house fires. Perhaps we ended up doing that in the opposite direction. But it's fine. Sometimes you do things completely wrong, and you have to continue living your life, I suppose. So our next game is Castle Wormclot. Time to make the nightly rounds. This one doesn't have a content warning. I assume that they all had content warnings. Cool. Let's jump into the Castle Wormclot. Now, Castle Wormclot's fun. I haven't played any of these games, but I enjoy that the graphics qualities have, typically on Unity games, they'll have, oh my god, excuse me. The graphics quality on Unity games will be like, poor, good, very high, ultra. But this game, it goes the next level. It has a vomituous, which as its lowest, a word I've never heard before, shabby, passing fair, lovely, exceptional, and divine. And of course, we're going to be playing it on divine. We want to see the divine Castle Wormwood. Okay, so arrow keys to move. Oh, I should probably move my thing out of the way. Going to run out of... Oh, okay, I thought we would have to get the text to go away. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot going on in this game. I just looked over at the controls. We can page up and down to move the camera. We can move with the arrow keys. Interesting. What else do we have? We have S. What does S do? Surface Thoughts window. Oh, Surface Thoughts. That's what we're having. I see. Okay, so we can open our Surface Thoughts. We can open our Castlepathy. I guess this is our telepathy with the castle. Is the castle mad at us? Ice cream would be nice. Is the castle mad at us, or is the castle just an angry place? What's I? Character info. Oh, let's close our Surface Thoughts so we can see our character info. We are Pelesius. We are Vigildingus. Probably not how you say it. We have 78 angst. Our gloom is inescapable. We have 11 piety. Our woe 899. Vomit avant-garde. All vomits avant-garde, baby. That's the only way it goes. Let's see. Let's close our character info. Not sure if that'll change as we play. Let's open up our Surface Thoughts again, so we can just continue to wander around. What other buttons do we have? Space to interact, so we can interact when we actually find things. Castle making a strange rune with a sword in it, though. What are we naming Amanda? There's something crawling inside of our mask. I can't actually see what's inside of our mask, so we'll just have to wait. Click and drag. Oh, we can. If I get the. Oh, we can drag the thing. We can have all of our windows open. So let's open all of our windows because we can see our woes gone up. Our vomit has changed. Oh no! What happened to our avant-garde and our class 2? I thought we were a vigil dingus, but now we're a dusty whimperer, I suppose. This is fun. I enjoy having the windows around that we can open, close, move around. So let's actually, I guess, start exploring the castle. The castle, very interesting. Let me page up into the controls. The controls feel like they might intentionally be a little like clunky. Like, I mean, having to like, I have to use the arrow keys to move, page up and down to move the camera. Like, I mean, I suppose we don't need to move the camera a whole lot, but then, we use the mouse to interact with the windows. So I suppose like it might have been like the idea for the game might have been like, oh shoot, I want to be able to move around these windows so they can be on screen at all time. But also like, that might make, oh shoot, I should have been lighting these. I've been walking right past these not candelabra. Green spiral. Shoot, what do you call it? Big candlestick. A big candlestick. That's what they're called probably. They have a name and I can't think of what you call big candlesticks. So this is a weird, strange castle, very, very abstract. I suppose it's our duty to go around, make the nightly rounds, and continue through. But the controls, they definitely feel like they might be a little intentionally like strange. Like, to open the windows, like I can like, I'm just gonna keep the windows open now. Do the windows change every time if I close, open, Surface Thoughts? They change every time we open them. I'll actually move my mouse just a little bit out of the way. Oops, I almost walked off the edge, messing around with the thing. Oh, there's a person over there. It feels like they might have intentionally made the controls just a little strange. I guess just to make the game feel a little bit more weird and alien. Dreadfully dull. I mean, I've got a whole thing going on over here with my page up and down buttons. Perhaps I seem to be approaching the top layer of the castle. Oops, I bumped my mic. I probably shouldn't have come up here just yet. But we were gonna have to come up here eventually. But the fact that there's this like weird little altar here makes me think that maybe we should have come over here after we lit all of the lights. I mean, we'll just step in and see what's up. Maybe it's a warp. Oh, it was in fact a warp, and we have another one of our friends over here. They have a different kind of mask from the other person and from us. Oh, we're the Candle Keeper. I mean, that's not our class, but all right. Oh, no, I wanted to continue talking to you. Stationary mask haver. That does sound like a promotion. We are adorbs, I guess. Okay, so their text does repeat. I was worried when I accidentally backed out the first time that we wouldn't be able to see it. So if we make our way back to that other person, we should talk to them so we can get their... Snakes are just big worms with armor. That is... that may be your surface level thought, but I think that is also a very fair thought. The surface level thought, like, window, also, like, just, like, good tweet window. Like, the kind of tweets you see and go, yeah, that was a good tweet. So, Pelesius, however you say their name, a good tweeter. They would be good on Twitter. I would much rather follow a Pelesius than, than everyone else. Everyone else can get off of Twitter, which would it'd be great if everyone but Pelesius got off of Twitter. It'd mean A, no Nazis. B, we'd continue to get good tweets like, I bet frogs are pretty nice. They sound really chill from what I've read. See, we continue to get good tweets like that, and there'd be no Nazis, which would be pretty good. And by pretty good, I mean good for the continuing, like, nature of the world. Yeah, tall frothy one, definitely. That is, I'm not exactly sure what we are. We are our gloom is ubiquitous. I'm not good at saying words, but I'm glad that person was just like, stand around, say 3 things, whatever. Give me a beer. The village, ooh. I'm afraid there's little and less to do around here. That's just a good way to say that. Weird how that can make it. Yeah, doors going away makes places just a little less inviting. Oh, we should be checking at the trees. I suppose I should have thought about that. But I mean, I guess I also didn't think to search the candelabra. Oh, a key in the Castlepethy. Castlepethy is probably how you'd say that. Oh, we feel super cute. I wish we could see it on our hood, but unfortunately, we know that we've clipped it to our hood, but we can't see it, so it's in our mind's eye. So we'll have to continue checking trees so we can continue to find things to add to our cuteness. Well, that said ant-like, right? I'm pretty sure it said ant-like. Okay, cool. Yeah. Do not like ants. Not an ant fan. Not a fan of small bugs in general. Big bugs I can do. Spiders I don't have problem. Oh, bone crystal, demon juice, and some zenny. Oh, nice. That was a find. That was a good tree to open up. Open? I mean, we didn't open it up, but old keys. I don't like small bugs. I can deal with spiders being in my home because it's just like, yeah, spider, whatever. They eat the other bugs, but small bugs. I hate small bugs so much. Had my feet completely covered with ants twice in my life because I was a very, I guess, just unprepared child, and just since then, just the hatred for ants has continued. I'm sure ants do something. I'm sure they have some purpose, but I do not care for them. So we're just going to continue our duty as candle keeper. We don't want to displease whatever that is. I'm not sure if that's a person. If it's some kind of being. It's hard to say, but I don't want to displease it regardless of whatever its level of sentience, whatever its level of thought is. Typically do not want to displease lights in the sky. Actually, is this light any different than the other one? Yeah, there are different runes in the sky. If we close our castle pithy, does it change? No, the castle pithy, pretty consistent. Our surface level thoughts, we have to refresh them. I mean, I think they do refresh themselves every once in a while, but we can refresh them ourselves to, get new things. Okay, so we're going to break into a witch's hut. Is that what we're thinking about? I suppose we're thinking about breaking into a witch's hut. Well, that is crazy to have never seen a picture of a whale. Are you? I don't think you're the first one we talked to. Oh, we're a candle creep. I mean, I don't think I have the... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there's a button to shove you off the cliff. I would believe you me, I would do it for you because we are such good friends. Not many people call me candle creep. It made my day. I enjoyed it because it's just like, oh, candle creep. That's something new. If I had the button I would do it. Will my stats change if I... Yeah, everything except for the castle pithy seems to change as soon as we... vomit, mostly beans. Oh, that's going to be bad. Gloom, near total. Pretty good. There's some pretty good writing in these games. The Basements had very flowery, descriptions of things. I'm not sure what the castle's trying to say at the moment, but I'm not sure I like it. Have we talked to you? I think we have. Yeah, you're the candle. You were our former job doer, our previous person. Oh, whoa. I just noticed our surface level thought of getting a tattoo of a blown out candle. That would be metal for the Candlekeeper to have a tattoo of a blown out candle. Not even a lit one. Not even the candle waiting to be lit. No, specifically a candle that's been blown out. That might, not a psychiatrist, not a therapist, but, being the Candlekeeper, I think we're the Candlekeeper, and wanting to get a tattoo of a candle that's been blown out, maybe displeased with your job. I mean, the castle's displeased with this job. I mean, we've walked damn near all over it. Flies should get to be... Wait, what? If flies get to be... Oh, I see. I was like, flies should be called flies, and then I got confused because I was combining two of the sentences. But yeah, snakes being called slithers. Slithers, pretty good. The Candlekeep seems to have a lot of thoughts about snakes. I would love to hear your findings on the mushrooms. Yeah, that is true. Some are tall. Some of the mushrooms are tall. Some are wide. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel you. Sometimes you just gotta study a mushroom. We've all been there. Wait, what does it say? Nice cards inside of the tree. Oh, there's a little cut on that mushroom. Maybe he's been doing a little bit more than just studying them. And by studying them, he meant looking at them for a long time. Maybe he's done something to the mushrooms. Maybe he began studying the mushrooms like, well, I'll cut a bit of it so I can, have a taste. He did mention that some of them taste like dirt. And then perhaps, the monk's like, oh no. Did we check this one? I'm so confused. Yeah, no, we did not check this one. Mildred Rocks! Yes, of course, Mildred Rocks. Everybody knows Mildred Rocks. There was no need to write it on the mushroom. No, that's not a mushroom. It's a tree, which is like the mushroom of plants. I was gonna say oh, the tree, the mushroom of trees, and I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. And then I said and it still didn't make sense. A witch lived there once. Oh, she got to be shoved off the island. I guess that means somebody has a shove people off island buttons, but we don't have that button. Maybe this person does. Yeah, witches are tight. If you want to be a witch, do it. Who's gonna stop you? The castle? I mean, the castle at the moment has given me a key. I mean, in terms of my castle pithy, I'm not sure if everyone has that or if that's just a uniquely Candlekeeper thing. But the castle does not seem to be threatening that thought at all. Is all I mean to say. A stationary mass caver. Yeah, I mean, if you just keep talking about candles, you might as well continue to be the Candlekeeper. Let's see. Oh, our class is Candlekeeper. Interesting. We've hit it. We're vomiting frequently now. That's pretty bad. Have we hit all of the lanterns? There must be. I'm not sure if there's an end goal. If us as the Candlekeep, if we hit all the is there a light? There's a light down there. If we light all of the candles, if there's an end state to this game. Oh my god, we can go so far. Oh man, we can loop over. Oh my god, this camera rocks. This is super good. I know I probably sound a little sarcastic with that, but no, that's super cool. That's great that you can just do a complete 360 around your body. Oh, there's some candles I haven't lit. How do I get down there? I think we can get down there, but can I jump off these? I'm not sure if I walked to the end of one of these, if there was a path beneath me, if I could just fall straight onto it, or if I were to fall off, if we'd be dead. It's hard to say. It's hard to know. I mean, the previous game we were told it's we couldn't get out that easy. But maybe we can do some sick parkour as the Candlekeep. Oh no. Oh well. Hey, it worked. The castle thought of us as perhaps a wriggling worm and saved us. Maybe that's what's happening there. Hard to say. But at the very end, we did get somewhere. We got somewhere with a new candle, so we can continue lighting candles. How many more candles are left? Oh, did all the candles reset? No, look, I see candles in the distance that are lit. All right, so there's new areas. Let's go ahead and let's just light these. and then we'll continue off in the other direction. Let's refresh our thoughts. Let's see our new class. We are still the Candlekeep. We're still vomiting frequently. Fire in the village island just never goes out. That's a good idea. Or I was gonna say good idea, but I mean it's a good thought. Like, you know, if there are candles that don't go out, perhaps we should use some of the flames that are, you know, unextinguishable, that just persist. Perhaps we would want some of those. Perhaps we could, you know, light those on one of our candles and just continue onwards. Is this the way we've gone? I can't tell if that candle off in the distance has been lit. So I'm just going to continue up this way just in case. I think if we turn around, yeah, we can see candles up there are lit. So we're making good, I was going to say making good progress. I don't exactly know if we're making progress, or even if there is an end state, you know. Like I said in the previous one, like I'm using like my video game brain, like, oh, I assume once we light all the candles, something will happen. But, you know, maybe that's a bad assumption. You know, in the previous game, it seemed like we would just, once we entered one of the basement like scenes, they weren't basements, but the game's called Basements, so I want to refer to the scenes we saw as basements. So I'm going to continue to say that, you know, when we saw, I mean, the description and the README referred to them as subscenes, so probably I should just say subscene. So the subscenes, and I'm going to totally jump off this one. I think we can make it. I don't think we'll die when we hit, yeah, we don't die when we hit the ground. Hooray. The grave keep? Oh, I didn't actually. Oh, they're your graves. Okay, well, you can have them. Okay, I just wanted to re-see that first one because I accidentally skipped past it before I could see anything. Oh, we can read the graves. Unfortunately, we do have to stand on top of the mound to actually read the grave. Friend Gabra? Not dead, just sleeping. Yeah, you know, sometimes you want to sleep real well, and I imagine you sleeping where what would kill you would like probably be a pretty good sleep. Haunted savagely by ghosts. Oh no. See, I felt bad for him, but then, like, hey, yeah, it was karma. Those ghosts came back for a reason. Yeah, I pulled a set of eyeballs out. Well, we weren't surprised. The eyeballs were surprised. If my eyeballs were pulled out of a tree, I'd be pretty surprised. Oh no, the castle's sad. Maybe the castle liked Sister Verilana. Poisonous potions. She couldn't get enough of the stuff. Yeah, you know, we all have our poisonous potions that we love to drink. Just ye worst asshole. Verily, I hated him. Here lieth a real piece of... I skipped that. God, I like the writing. I like the writing for these games. It's fun. Red fluid. Probably not good. Probably not good at all. I'm just going to go ahead and light this. Well, I'm not going to light that candle just in case that's the last candle and something happens when we light all the candles. Because we have more trees that we have to check. More trees to check. I think no, there are a few graves that we didn't check just yet. Power Scum emergency drink. I want a sip. You know, as the Candlekeep, we need all the energy we can get. A box of handgun ammunition. You know, maybe that'd be useful in another game, but not in this one. Not in this one. You know, the Candlekeep has no need for guns. Oh man, I would love to wear the headband. But, you know, we can't violate the dress code. We're already pushing it with the cute clip we found. Was it a clip we found in the tree? There was something we found that we clipped to our hoodie that made us feel cute. Searching the hollow tree, you find a bag of money. Angry at capitalism, you pitch it off the side of the island. Eat shit money. 100% agree. You know, the Candlekeep and I on the same page because I am the Candlekeep now, I suppose. Talk shit, got hit with many swords. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there too. Here lieth you! Oh no! That would have been really cool if that was like an alternate ending for the game, if it just closed at that moment. Oh, no, I wanted to see that one. Who did setteth himself ablaze, some kind of a sex thing, probs. Yeah, you know, we all have our sex things. We've all set ourselves ablaze in our own way from time to time. Any sin? I mean, I'm not sure what's considered a sin as the Candlekeep. Oh yeah, licking the candles, that would probably be a sin. Yeah, lots of sins. I'll catch you. Ooh, is the castle telling us that this place is haunted? I mean, is the chapel? What is this icon here? Let me page down. Not sure what that symbol means, but it seems to have made either the castle sad, and it's being like a sad ghost, or perhaps it was haunted, and the castle's like, hey, bro, haunted. Hard to say, and I believe with this is our last. Yeah, that was our last one. So what happens when we light all of the candles? Congratulations! Oh, is the castle congratulating us? Thou hast lit all yon candles. Thank you. You know, I have a job. I'm very good at surviving the tedium. So that was Castle Wormclot. We learned a lot. We had a lot of thoughts. Can I change my thought? No, I can't change my surface level thought before we get away. No, we should have, and by we, I mean I am sorry. We should have checked out some more of those surface level thoughts. They were pretty good. All great tweets. So let's continue on to Ghost Lake. Sometimes you just need to take a drive. Content warning for vehicle accidents and implied suicide. So this one's probably going to be a big one. So let's jump into Ghost Lakes. Let's see. Or Ghost Lake. I think I said it with a plural somewhere in there, but no, it is a plural. No, it's single ghost, single lake. Let's see, we can move, space to jump. We can right click to zoom the view. What is that in the distance? Not sure if that's a monster or a structure. Hard to say. Okay, so can we run? It doesn't say we can run in the thing, but I feel like I'm moving a little bit faster. Alright, so it said something about vehicle accident, so I assumed we'd be in a vehicle, but perhaps we're destined to be hit with a vehicle while we're out and about. We played earlier this month. We played a game called Orange County, which was like I'm not sure if it was the point of the game, but it seemed like we were like destined to be hit by a vehicle when we were playing that one. So I wonder if this is something similar. So we don't seem to care for this. I'm not sure if we don't seem. It seemed like that Bubble was communicating with us. Bubble does not seem to care with the place. Can I interact with car? I've interacted with car. It's a purple car. It's a nice car. How do I drive? Okay, driving about the same. I'm not sure how to stop. Okay, so I put the car in. Okay, so we go with W. With W, we get the car moving. If I use... Oh, there's definitely something waving over there. If I hit S, we activate the brakes. We can probably, speed up and go fast, but I don't want to go too... Oh, I don't want to go too fast just in case we hit somebody. It seems to be pretty empty. Is that light or is that smoke? That might be smoke. Not entirely sure. Should keep my eyes on the road because I don't want to hit anybody. I mean, the roads are empty, so that might be a non-concern, but you never know. Let's take a look at this thing. Because that looks like a creature of some sort. Some kind of like big being. There's a highway off in that distance. It looks like a skeleton like holding its arm. I thought it was like waving at some point and moving. But maybe that's just the art style with like, oh, is that? No, that's a lights. Like the polygons are like shifting because like weird PS1 stuff. I mean, low poly, PS1, I should say low poly instead of PS1, but it just makes me think of the PS1, just because I've been playing a lot of games styled based on the PS1 over the course of this month. We're just driving off into infinity off this way. I'm not entirely sure. We should be careful. I don't want to go too fast. I can't see too far out ahead of me. So, I mean, I want to be very careful. I mean, we have a nice car, and, if we were to hit somebody, not only would it hurt our car, more importantly, it would hurt them. So, oh, what's this over here? We found, signs. I'm not actually... Ruin. We can drive to Ruin off in this direction. Probably don't want to drive off into Ruin. But, we might as well take just a little peeky. Just a little sneaky peeky at what Ruin is, Is it our ruin? Is it a ruin? It's hard to say, Metaphor? Is it a metaphor for our ruin? Is it a ruin that we're visiting? It could be both. Who's to say? What is this off in the distance? I'm not sure if we can get out of the car once we get in. I really like this backing track that they have for driving. It's nice. Oh, we're underneath the highway now. Oh, it's the Bubble. I'm going to try and stop. Can I get out of the car? Oh, I've turned off the radio. Oh, shoot. I've just noticed that there's car controls. I didn't notice the car controls. Oops. I've minimized the game trying to scroll down so we could get some car controls. Sorry about that. Let's see. Car controls. Okay, we can. Space for... Oh, there's a handbrake. I didn't even try that. F to exit the car. Wind stop. Okay. Well, I'm of course going to leave the radio on. We always want the radio on, but I want to talk to the Bubble. Well, all right. Well, not sure if this trip was everything I thought it'd be. Guess we'll just get back in our car and continue to drive. I wonder if we could probably play this game without driving around. It would take forever since it doesn't seem... Oh, why am I not going? Is it because I activated the handbrake? No, I'm reversing. Oh, maybe there was an invisible wall there stopping the car from going forward? Oh, the car's acting a little weird. Car's acting a little weird, and I don't know if this is a scary thing that's happening or if I'm just controlling the car bad. Probably just controlling the car bad. So let's get out of the car. We'll take a look at the car. We can see our skeleton friend off in the distance. I'm glad the radio keeps playing like once we get out of the car, just because I'm enjoying the track. Okay, cool. Car seems to be back in our control. Not sure what I did wrong, but I've done something wrong. I mean, something being bumping our nice car into everything. I mean, I didn't say it earlier, but I got excited when I saw we were going to be driving around in a purple car. So it's like the Wario car that I like Wario. I like Wario's car, even though I'm not a big fan of cars. Cars have always made me really nervous. Even now, after having driven a car since I live in Texas, so basically need a car to get anywhere. There's not good transit here. Even after driving a car for years, still not a big fan of them. They make me nervous. You just gotta do your best. Just like that guy over there. He's doing his best. I need to keep my eyes on the road. I want to look off in the distance and look at things, but we're driving, and that's not a safe thing to do. Looking elsewhere while you're driving. Driving, very, very dangerous, and very many people, just kind of like, hey, whatever, you go for a drive. It's no big deal. But there's a lot to do in driving. So many things could go wrong, and not a fan. And so I should not be doing this, turning around in the car, because I could have hit someone. Luckily for us, this place seems to be mostly deserted. There is our friend the Bubble. Our friend, she doesn't seem to like us. I'm assuming she, just because of the laugh, which is probably bad of me. But I think I can see the Bubble in the distance. I see a green light at the very least. There's also the fire. What happens if I use the handbrake? I'm using the handbrake. It seemed to have brought us to a stop pretty quickly. I've never actually used the handbrake in my car. I guess I use it for whenever I have to park on an incline or something, but typically don't. Oh, hey, it's a burning car. Is this yours? It's pretty dope. The only one with a card that you'd like to burn? I assume not. Everyone has a car they'd like to burn. Whether it be theirs, someone else's. I probably need to get onto the driver's side to get in. Oh, that's a nice little feature that you have to get on the driver's side. I enjoy that. Is the car not working again? Do not seem to be able to go forward. I don't know if that's something to do with the handbrake. Hit the handbrake again. Oh, let's get out of the car. I've driven some crappy cars. My first car, pretty bad. The car does not seem to want to go forward. Just get out again. My first car was pretty bad. I was thinking about it while I saw that car on fire, because I literally drove the car until it caught on fire. Just because it was like, the car sucks, whatever. I'll just, I'll drive it till it doesn't work. Did not expect it to catch on fire, though. That part was a lot. But it's fine. We'll figure out what's wrong with our car. What is up with our car? Did I run into something? There seems to be a line. Is this part of the tree? Can't tell if it's going straight into our car. It looks like it's going straight into our car. Yeah, this tree is definitely poking into our car. I'm not sure if I've just clipped into it in a way that's not good for the car. We can reverse. Yeah, we can reverse out of it. We seem to have escaped the tree. Can I go forward now? I'm trying to go forward. It's not going. Oh, there we go. Just had to build up some speed. I was being a little impatient with the car. Like I said, I had to get a new car at some point. And by new car, I mean another crappy hand-me-down, because cars are very expensive, and I don't want to spend money on them if I can get a hand-me-down and spend less money on it. That it's better. Is this the way we came from, or is this a different way? What does that say? Oh, I'm trying to stop you. You will regret. Well, I want to see the skeleton. This is a road trip. Let's go that way. Oh no, wait, is that the end of the road? That looks like the end of the road. We should probably turn. I mean, as much as I want to see the skeleton, we probably shouldn't just drive off into the ocean. Probably not what we want to do. Yeah, car caught on fire. Not a great experience. Not good. Got stuck on the side of the road for a couple. Oh, car going a little too fast because cars flipping around wildly. But yeah, cheap cars. Totally recommend them because cars bad. The sooner we get rid of them, the better. I'm not sure if we'll get rid of cars in my lifetime. I hope so. It'd be nice. I mean, the world burning and going away will probably facilitate cars going away in my lifetime, maybe. Who knows? What's this way? Teeth? Well, all right, let's drive towards Teeth. Let's find out what's up with Teeth. I mean, I see a light off in this distance, so we're going to take a little shortcut. Not what you want to do. You want to stay on the road. Driving off-road, probably not a great idea. I mean, they make cars for driving off-road. Oh, hey, look, there's a building. Goodbye, building. Let's start to put on the brakes. I see our friend, the bubble. Well, they don't seem to like us very much, but, you know, we'll do what we can. Also, whenever we get out of our car to see our friend, the bubble, who, once again, not exactly our friend, but, you know, they're the only person. I mean, they seem to have sentience, so I'm going to call them a person, even if they're not human. You know, they don't seem to like us very much, but we'll just, you know, I'll call them our friend. I would like to be their friend. Well, we don't shut our lights off for these people, because we're an asshole. It's hard to say. It's hard to know who we are, because we do seem to be a character of some sort, because the bubble does have things to say about us. Like, oh, you know, like just now they were like, oh, I keep looking over and thinking someone's in the seat. You know, the bubble seems to have things to say about us, like, oh yeah, you know, you don't turn off your lights, which, you know, that's not something the bubble doesn't know me and my light, what I do with my lights. Bubble has no clue, unless this game is somehow pulling data in a very strange fashion that I'm unaware of, in some very scary fashion. But, you know, we can assume that we are a character, I suppose, in this strange world with a big skeleton. There also was a light off in this distance, so I'm driving. Once again, I don't know what kind of end state there is in this game. It seems to be a pretty large open world to drive around in and find the bubble, and the bubble will seem to chew us out. Now, there's something, you know, the content warning mentioned vehicle accidents. Oh, let's brake. Mentioned vehicle accidents and implied suicide. Maybe that's part of like the story, because we don't, like, the character we are and the way the bubble's describing us, we don't seem to be very happy. So I mean, maybe we can assume that this is building up to like some kind of like driving off of something, crashing into something. Sweet, delicious chemicals. Yeah, I agree. I want a sip of the chemicals. Yes, I don't know. I assume we just keep driving around, and eventually, you know, we'll run out of bubbles to talk to. Something will happen. Not entirely sure. It seems to be a pretty big world. We might call this one before we hit an end state or a perceived end state, especially since I have such a hard time getting the car to go after we talk to who I am still going to refer to our friend, even though they don't seem to enjoy us very much, the bubble. Seems to be a pretty big open world. Not entirely sure how many bubbles we should be looking for. Oh, actually, I see something in the corner of my eye about the about the acceleration. I see if the car refuses to accelerate, tap the decelerate and reverse key, and then it gets cut off based on where I left the readme left in the scroll, which, you know, probably could have done a little bit more reading on the controls before I began, but I saw that there were 4 games, and I was like, if I read all the controls, I'm just gonna forget before we begin. I should probably start slowing down. I mean, that does look like it's still off in the distance, but the car seems like it has a pretty high top speed, and once we hit that, it takes a while to stop. You know, we don't stop on a dime like you'd want a car to do. It's more like, you know, maybe somebody's old car that caught on fire. You gotta think about your braking. You can't just like, oh yeah, I can brake and it'll be fine. So let's see what this bubble has to say, and let's stop. Let's not hit bubble with the car, because, you know, they already don't like us. The last thing we want to do is hit them with a... Oh, do I actually have to look at the door to get out? It does say F to exit car when stopped, but I'm not sure if we also have to, you know, look away. Oh, the tunnel's interesting, you say? Okay, so it's wrong button. Man-made tunnel. Can we get in if we're not in our car? Are we small enough to just slip on under? No, there's no crowd. Oh, the movement. Oh, wow. The movement in this game's a little like outside of the car. I guess because we've been in the car for so long. Like the movement over there for some reason. Oh, that's what it was. It's like something like really like disoriented me. It was that texture stretching that really got to me. We've driven far away from the skeleton. I'm not entirely sure how much there is to do in this game, but I think we're going to call it on... I'm sliding away from the car. I think we're going to call it for... what was the name of this one again? I think it was Ghost Car? I think it was called Ghost Lake, actually. I think we're going to call Ghost Lake. We'll call it there. I'm sure there's more to do there, but it seems like a pretty big open world, and I've already gotten lost. Oh, shoot, actually, we probably should have done something. It's cold out there. Don't turn sharply or you'll spin out. Actually, go ahead and do whatever. Not like you can die or anything. Huh. We probably should have tried to do some things before I close the game. Dang, I should have thought about that. If you want to drive off the edge of the world, the shallow hill behind the chemical refinery works with a little bit of wiggling. There are probably other... That's really good. I'm just looking... I was scrolling down, and they have a list of known issues, extra info. And just like, hey, if you want to drive off the world, go here. That's some good advice. Really enjoying these games. And the last game of the collection is called 7 Days. Seems like every day it's some new thing, with a content warning for depression, anxiety, transphobia, street abuse/harassment, violence, and gore. So this is actually a re-record. When I finished recording, I went in to edit the video, as I am wont to do, and found out that the recording didn't take right. It was like a weird static image of the game, and at first I assumed maybe I had done something wrong in the recording process, which I probably did, but then I loaded 7 Days up again, and found out that it was like an entirely different game for some reason. I'm not sure if this is a feature of the game, or if just maybe I loaded it and something weird happened. I do believe that there was a write-up somewhere, or that Kitty Horror picture show. I want to say picture show because of the Rocky one. The Rocky, but it's not a Rocky. It's a kitty. It's the Kitty Horror Show, not a picture. So the Kitty Horror Show had written something somewhere about this game taking a while to load. And when it loaded, it had loaded differently. Like the world did not have this effect. It was just like, I don't want to say a normal place, because as you see, we're surrounded by, I guess, storm clouds, maybe mountains. It's hard to say, but we were in a different place. We were still in our home, probably our home, based on what I've learned. Also, all the doors were shut. I couldn't get them to open, so I was very confused about what was happening, but it seemed to have just loaded into a strange state. So now we can play the game. Also, this game has an amazing jump. We can jump so high. So there's a lot of writing in this story, like there are in the others, which I talked a little bit about in the previous recording that is now gone. I mean, I guess it's not gone. It's just, it wouldn't be worthwhile to show, because it's just kind of me futzing around this house in a strange state. And honestly, what I'm here to say is, I think I'll let y'all play this game for yourselves. It seems to have some heavy topics, a lot of reading. There's a lot of reading in this collection, just strewn throughout about it. And honestly, I should probably just, sit down and just read it out loud. That'd probably be the best way to do it. But for some reason, I was just like, oh, well, I don't want to read out loud, because when Let's Players just read stuff out loud, sometimes I find it very obnoxious, and I didn't want to, just read things out to y'all and just bother you. But honestly, that'd probably be the best way to do it, because as you've seen throughout this video, the alternative is I just kind of sit there and quietly read it, but then I get anxious about, like, oh no, I don't want to sit here and just read it, because then that's a boring video. But then, like I said, I'm also anxious about, like, well, what if I just sat here and, read it out loud? So what I'm saying is I should probably just read it out loud. But, there's 4 games on this collection. It's name your own price. So, even if you can't support the artist, you can come in and play this game for free. But you should support the artist. There's a lot of this picture, I've noticed. So what I'm saying is you should come play this game yourself. I'm probably not equipped or smart enough to talk about some of the issues like transphobia. Like I don't have like the lived experience to be able to talk about transphobia. I can tell you that transphobia is bad, and people who are transphobic can eat my foot in their mouth, stick it in their mouth. I'll kick them in the face. That's what I'm saying. So there's a game here. And I just cannot believe how different this game is. Like when I loaded it before, there was no ambient music. There wasn't this effect. It was just like I was just running around this house like, this is a weird one. Interesting. And there were a collection of notes, which I'm guessing it's either like the end state of this game. Oh, actually, that might be a bug now that I look at it. I'm seeing some like bug eyes and not exactly sure. Oh, there's a moon up there. I didn't notice that in the previous one. Well, I don't think that would have been in the previous one. The previous skybox was wild. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. That's not exactly the sentence I was trying to say. Yeah, this is a very cool collection of games. Lots of writing that, honestly, as I'm not recording this, but as I'm editing it, because I'm also editing it now, I'm going to go back and reread a lot of the text in the game, because I really enjoyed the writing that I did read. But like I said, I was getting anxious, like, oh, I don't want to sit here and just read it. So I glazed over a lot of the text. But what I did read, a lot of descriptions of things. I really enjoyed the way things were being described. And a lot of interesting writing happening. So I want to go back and experience it for myself appropriately. Play a bit more of Ghost Lake, see what more of our bubble friend has to say. And now I can play 7 Days. Is it 7 days or yeah, it's 7 days. I had to stop for a moment because I was like, 7 days is the ring thing. That might not be the right thing, but yes, it is. It is called 7 Days. The EXE is called 7. That's where my confusion came from. But I mean, sevens. There's a lot of things involving sevens. So now I can play this game. This game's just gonna be for me. I'm gonna play it for myself. You can go play it for yourself. Because like I said, you can get it for free, name your own price on the itch.io page. You can go support Kitty Horrorshow on her Patreon, and do that whole thing. You can experience more games. Like I said, monthly game. So there's probably a pretty sizable backlog to go back and play. There's other games on her itch.io, so you can go do that too. So goodbye. I think these games are cool. There's not more than that. This was Haunted Cities Volume 3 by Kitty Horrorshow. Not a picture show and not a collection. It is a collection of games and not a picture. Kitty Horrorshow Haunted Cities Volume 3.